Kylie, the team falls behind 3-0 and then y'all rally back. And of course you have the walk-off hit to end this one. Will you just talk me through that at bat and then just how it felt to see this was the second biggest crowd ever at this ballpark to see them react whenever they saw it leave the yard?
The reaction was awesome. The at bat, I just wanted to do whatever I could for the team. We were tied, right? So I wanted to get on, do something for the team, but I wanted to do better than I had my prior two at bat. And so I had a plan going into it, and she threw me what I was looking for, and I just attacked it.
I was about to ask, how much were you hunting that pitch that you saw?
That's the exact pitch I was looking for. She threw it to me twice my prior at bat, and I took them. So I knew she was going to come with it at some point, and that's what she did. So
And then last thing I'll ask is right before you come up there and y'all's at bat, y'all got out of a they had two on runners on the corners with no outs. Just how big of a momentum flip was that whenever y'all were able to get out of that?
that was awesome. Tina did great on defense. The whole defense did well, and Shanice threw a great game. She threw a great pitch that um ended up getting hit to Tina, and she was able to make a great play on it. But all around, it was a good team effort, and I'm really proud of everyone. Dudley?
Coach Deifel was talking the other day about how things can change on a dime like that. How important was it to get this win and at least go into this weekend with one win?
It was really important. We just wanted it for our pride, really. I think all three games were really close, both great teams, but nothing really fell our way. But this game, people came up and came up clutch. Hannah did an awesome job her at bat. Defense was solid. Shanice was solid. So it was really big for us.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions, Jason? You good?
Kylie, have you had a walk-off home run in your collegiate career?
No, it was only a walk off for the run rule before, but no, not when we were down. So it was pretty cool.
That's all I got. Thank you.
I'll ask another one. Um, so of course the inning before Hannah hits her big home run to tie things up. Just how big of a moment was that? Not only for her confidence, but for the team's confidence to see that hey, it's a tie game right now.
It was huge. You kind of took a breath. You didn't feel everything on your back anymore. It's basically a 0-0 ball game at that point, and so we were able to play a little looser, but understand that we were still in the game.
And then when you talk collectively about the pitchers this weekend, Georgia's a really high scoring team. And I mean, some people would saying that they combined for 11 runs wouldn't impress them, but the way that they hit the ball, that was, I'm sure, a pretty good job from your pitch.
Yeah, the pitching staff did great. Shanice did great the first day. All the freshmen through the second day, and they held them to what was it 3 runs, Grace? Yesterday? Four?
Well, three earned.
Okay.
But
They held them to 3 runs, you know what I mean, collectively. Or four. And today Shanice threw awesome. So it was really good to see them all work together, and they kept us in every game.
Yeah, Courtney, as much of a gut punch as it was the other night, I'm sure that this is, just the way softball works. You're on the other side of that right now. How does it feel?
Well, it feels a lot better on this side, I'll tell you that. It literally felt like the reverse of the game on Thursday night where they had a lot of the momentum. And then it just kind of turned like a little bit and then we never really gave it up again. And so I'm really proud of this group because that Thursday night game just kind of crushed us, and then even to respond after yesterday, they just continue to show a lot of character. And even at the start of the game, you could have easily you just kind of folded it in, but they kept fighting and found a way. And I'm just really proud of them. Georgia's a really, really good team, really, really good. So I'm just really proud of them.
I know you all are all huggers as it is, but I saw you and Kylie have, I lost count of how many hugs y'all had on the field after the game. Just how happy were you for her to have? She said it was her first ever walk-off home run in college.
Oh, well, goodness. She must just not have been that situation. She's too good of a hitter to have that be the first one. But I just was really, really happy for her. And I just have a lot of joy for them when they have those moments. And so I don't know. I think I hugged her like 7 or 8 times. That's not too many, right? So I'm just really happy for her. And it was such a big moment to step up for your team. And she, coming home to that huddle at the plate has to be one of the best feelings ever. So pretty cool.
Last thing that I'll ask, it was just a game. It felt like of a ton of momentum swifts. Hannah hits that home run to tie it, and then it looks like Georgia's probably going to take the lead back. They have runners on the corner with no outs, and Shanice strikes them out, and you turn a double play to get out of it. How big was that? That whole sequence?
Oh, well, huge, huge. It's when you tie it and then they go hit back-to-back hits, when Shanice had really kind of controlled them since the 3rd inning, and they get back-to-back hits with no outs. You just obviously it's not an ideal situation. It's not how you draw it up, but she got a huge strikeout on Kuma, and then that was just an exceptional play by Tina. Tina played really, really good at second. She also got that play up the middle that I feel like that was like the start of the first momentum shift. And those are just big time plays. They're huge. And I thought Shanice showed a ton of guts today. So I'm really, really proud of her, the way she competed.
Thanks, Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Speaking of hugs, it's been a frustrating season for her, and she got the home run to tie it up. Just talk about the joy on her face and her teammates' face when she got all of that and got it out.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what her vertical was before she got to first, but when she saw it go out, I think she might have hurdled Lenny at first, but just joy. And I think what we saw a little bit too was an exhale. It was just a really big moment for Hannah and for her to, get that hit for her team and for herself. I just think it was a really big moment for her. It was huge.
Also, huge crowd, great support coming out for the last game. Just speak on that a little bit.
Oh gosh, our fans are incredible. And I think our environment's the best in college softball. And I know it sounds like I have a bias, but that's fine. They're so great, and a full Bogle, I would put it up against anyone.
Second highest attended game.
Second highest attended game, really, really huge. And they stuck with us because the start of the game wasn't pretty. And they stuck with us and they got a really, really good finish. So I wouldn't trade our fans, our stadium, our environment for anything.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Jason?
Could you talk a little bit about the momentum going into the 6th inning? Could you feel it like within the crowd, also in the dugout, that they really haven't quit, or just felt like maybe just this might not be the day? You really feel like the team just kept trying to dig and trying to get that momentum back today? Yeah,
and I think that Macy, their pitcher Macy, spins the ball really, really well, and it stymied us a little bit. And so, when she comes in and gets, a few strikeouts, it could easily deflate you. And I just felt like we just kept staying the course and kept taking hacks. And so I just really liked our resilience today. We never threw it in. We could have thrown it in early, the start coming off the last 2 games and the first few innings. It just really didn't feel like anything was going our way. And I didn't feel like they were squaring Shanice up, but that's a tough offensive team, is finding holes, and they just kept finding them. And it's just like, hey, just stay the course, keep doing what you're doing. And so the resilience and the toughness they showed today was huge for this team.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Eric?
Shanice, speak to her, because she gave you a chance, because you were on the ropes there for a little bit at the not a great start, but she kept you in the game and allowed you to stay in there and for your offense to respond.
Yeah, I mean, she has a ton of guts, and when we have her on the mound, we have a chance. That's the kind of pitcher that she is. And even more so, she stayed the course when she felt like she was making good pitches and they were finding holes. And I mean, after the 3rd inning, I'm like, okay, tell me what you feel? Like what's working? Where's your spin at? And Lauren does a really good job of honest feedback. And she's like, I feel good. I feel good with all my pitches. And I go, yeah, they're not squaring you up. Let's just stay the course. Keep trusting your spin. And we'll keep mixing. And she did. And it could have easily, honestly, Eric, after Thursday, when you have that feeling and then the start of this game, a lesser competitor would have thrown it in, to be really honest. And she just stayed the course. She fights every pitch. She fights for this team, and she gave us a chance. And our defense had her back, and our offense stayed the course and let the game come back. So Shanice has a ton of guts.
Do you feel this group, because it's a young group, we kind of keep forgetting it. It's a young group. They haven't been together through all these adverse situations. You mentioned how heartbreaking the Thursday game is. Maybe this group, maybe it was a little hangover. Did you feel they had to kind of figure it out themselves to find a way to win a game like this that could be a turning point moving forward?
Yeah, I do. I do think that this team is a have to figure it out yourself kind of team. It's I think that's the youth that we have is experiencing it themselves. We can give them the information, they could take it in, and then they still need to experience it. And so I think that that's huge, that they could get to that next level and grind and find a way to beat, what I think is, the toughest team we played all year. That offensive lineup is nuts. It's nuts. And their pitchers do a really good job. And so I keep saying, and I'm just really, really proud of our resilience and our fight throughout the game.
And then lastly, obviously, speak to the winning the game. Did you feel starting to turn a little bit? Because I know you were interviewed during the game and you were talking about what we needed to do to come back, but it wasn't looking great. Did you sense a moment, a play where in the dugout it started to change?
Yeah, well, I do think that Tina's play up the middle, the diving play that she got the play at second, was a huge momentum shift for us. I don't remember exactly. I don't know if we scored that next inning, but we competed a little bit better. We got a couple runners on, I believe. We didn't get them in, but we got a couple. I think the Reagans got back-to-back hits. And so you just start to see, okay, kind of each time getting better. And that's all we could keep saying to them is just grind to be better the next time, just grind to be better the next time. And they did. And, but I think that was the first momentum shift, where that little spark where Tina got that play up the middle was such a huge play, to get us out of that jam. That's the one I would pinpoint as the shift.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Justin?
Yeah, the other night, Kylie Macy kind of had you guys' number. And then today, for a minute, she did until she didn't. What was different today? What enabled you to make the adjustments that ultimately you beat her?
Good question. Did you ask Kylie that? And Hannah? No, I'm just kidding. She had her number early. She spins the ball really well. Really well. You can see the ball float. And so I think it was just really fighting to get on top of it. She's the type of pitcher that can kind of get in your head a little bit the rise ball is it's in this game to make you make a bad decision. I know everybody that hasn't played, they look and they're like, why are you swinging at that? Well, it obviously looks good, and so she spins it really well to where you chase, and then she puts one in there. And so it was just, keeping our discipline and making her come down in the zone and really fighting to hit the center a little bit more on top because of her spin. But I thought she did a really good job. I think she's a lot better than even her line says, to be honest. And I think she just keeps getting better. I think they do a really good job.